Welcome back to Blue Collar Speed and Repair. Gonna get back to work on the 59 finally. I know it's been a little while. I've got some headers I want to try to get to work, hopefully without too much modification. If we can get those to work and get some exhaust on this thing, I'd like to get the carburetor on it and see if we can make this thing fire up in its new home. So these are the headers we found on Marketplace. These are Edmund Hustlers. They're actually for a 62 to 67 Chevy 2 or Chevy Nova. They are fender well headers. I think the dimensions are close enough we can make them work. From what I understand, these are actually discontinued now. I couldn't find an actual list. Well, I found a listing, but they said unavailable. So hopefully these will work, because I really don't know what else I can find that will. But let's see if we can mock them in there and see what's going to have to get cut up. I don't know what's going to happen. All right, let's see what happens. Luckily, these aren't too heavy. Well, we're close. We need to come up in the back though. And we are hitting our body mount, which I'm not afraid to modify. So these, because of the frame modifications we did, these front body mounts are bolted on. So I think, what if we can prop the front of the cab somehow and take the mount out, and then line it back up and make sure. And I don't want it to go have to come up so high that it's hitting the body. If it does, that's really going to cause a problem. So yeah, let's try that.
Okay.
I don't know. We're winging it like usual. I found these headers online. I found some other 62 to 67 Chevy 2 ones, and their measurements looked like they would work. And then we just happened to find these on Marketplace.
Yeah, these were new, still in packaging or whatever.
Yeah, they were new in the bags, never installed, for a pretty decent price. So if we can make them work, great. If not, then we'll have to go back to the drawing board and find something that's a little taller that way. But yeah, let's try that. Let's try getting the mount out of the way completely, and then see where this kind of lines up at. Make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch you.
Kinda. All right, let me get this out of the way. We got to get this the lift arms and stuff under this, and then we'll try this again in a few minutes. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna try to jack the body up a little bit. It's not actually bolted on, the bolts are just sticking through. And then I think we should be able to get this mount out of here and then just put something under this body brace, between the body brace and the frame. Kind of hold it in place. There we go. The question is, can I get this front bolt out? All right, I'm grabbing the tools. Probably got a magnet tray, to be honest. Okay. We need something to set in there. Like a piece of 1/2-inch aluminum. There we go. All right. I'm gonna knock out the other side real quick. And then we'll try setting the headers back in place. All right, we got the cab mount out of the way, so there should be plenty of room down there to do what we need to do. I think I'm going to pull these spark plug wire keepers out of the way. Can you show? Just so we have a little more room. And then I still got some gasket material from the old headers that were on here. We get all that cleaned up. So hopefully if this all works out, we can just bolt these on and leave them in place. So what's that? 7/16, couple 7/16 bolts, a scraper, and we can set these back in there. Hopefully that'll give us a little room. That poor dog next door just barks and barks and barks. Good enough? Good enough. All right.
I don't know if you need them, but I think I left the gaskets on the toolbox.
We'll get to that in a minute. Start bolt in the front. Trying to wipe our spark plugs off. Couple of bolts started.
I'm afraid to drop this. I don't want to break a boot.
Okay. So these are just cheapy auto parts store exhaust manifold gaskets. I prefer the Rim Flex, but I forgot to order them. There's a brand called Rim Flex. I really like their header gaskets. They work really well. But for now, we're going to run these because that's what we got. We can get it in there. All right, I'm not going to put all the bolts in right now because we're still mucking up. I do want to snug these down real quick though. I can't see nothing. I really can't see nothing. Do it by braille. There we go. Okay. Well, they're snug anyway.
That metal cart's empty if you need something to set it on.
Alright. I guess from here we can go see what kind of room we got.
Alright, up she goes.
Alright.
You can still have some body mount.
Yeah, not a lot, but there's some.
And it looks like the collector will still be above where it sits
Yeah.
because the body
like
line's
it.
lower.
Big question is how mufflers and exhaust pipes are going to fit, but it's definitely a start though. All right, cool. So I guess we can clean up the other side, get it in place. Get that gasket in, get all the header bolts in. Just tighten them all from down here pretty easy.
Yeah, we need to make sure we have the same clearance on both sides.
Yeah, let's mock that one into place and see if it's gonna fit. And then figure out exhaust pipes, because I don't know if what we have is going to work. If you come over here, that's angling down.
Yeah.
Which we can deal with, I guess. All right, let's go figure that one out. All right. I guess we'll see if this side fits since we haven't even tried it yet. We need to be hitting our dipstick. That's not bad. All right, now I gotta find the rest of the bolts. Let me figure that out. All right, got them all tightened down, skipped ahead a little bit. Seem to fit pretty good. They bolted down without an issue. These wire, like spark plug wire holders I have, it interferes a little bit. I had to take the little plastic keeper off that was here because it was contacting, so I ended up just zip tying the wires back to the bracket. Should be fine. That side, if you look over there, I had to tweak the oil dipstick just a little bit in order to get that to clear, but also should be fine. So I think from here we see what it takes to modify these body mounts, see if we can get those back in place, and then see if we can get some pipes on this thing of some sort.
All right, I'm following your lead.
All right.
Or following you.
Following something, I don't know.
Stalker, something,
You're
I don't
following
know.
the wrong person. What you're doing. All right, let's get up in here. All right, I like the placement of these things. This one actually has a little more room than the other one did. I don't know why that is, but should work out just fine. So, what the heck do we do about a mount? This one might actually be close to fitting. That one, not so much.
This one seems to be down a little bit more.
Yeah. This one might be close. We could just cut out a little bit. Let's jack this side back up, get the spacer out.
Okay.
Maybe we can make a couple marks. Got it.
Hey, it worked.
Okay, so this side looks like it's not going to take a whole lot. So, have kind of to that area, give us a little bit of room. Same there. Light's not open like usual. Something like that. On this one's gonna be a little more of a trick, I think, because of the angle. How do I do that? Alright, so that one shouldn't take a whole lot. That one's going to take a little more. Let me get the other screw jack and try that on this side. Looks like this one pretty much going to have to go all the way back. I don't even know if we can get this one in there as easy. Hey, got it. All right, this one I think we got.
Sorry,
we're still getting over being sick here. This one.
if you didn't make me laugh, it wouldn't be so bad.
This one I think I'm gonna have to take some measurements and go from there. All right. So we're gonna have to pretty much go back to here, maybe a 1/2 inch, but from the top hole. How do I do this? Top hole. We've got maybe 1 inch of clearance. So, what do I do with it?
You set it over there on the box.
All right, we have from the top of, or the middle of this hole to the top of the exhaust, we have about 1 inch. So I'm going to measure 1/2 inch. Give us a reference. And same thing if we go 1/2 inch from here. Here. How wide is that overall? About, call it 4 inches. All right, so we take something like that. So cut this out. And then do the same thing on this side.
So I got a little bit of a thought about that.
What's that?
Do you think that we're going to need to add any strength with like a plate or anything?
Well, we're going to try it without it first.
Okay.
Like that. All right.
That looks like it'll be fun to cut out.
Yeah.
Plasma?
Plasma would be handy. You can try it and then just clean it up with a grinder. All right, let's do that. Fire compressor and all that good stuff. It'll take a minute.
Be back in a few.
Yeah.
Do you want some vice grips or something? Or clamp?
Nah,
Okay.
we're winging it. I think it is our basic shape. Hammer, please.
You scared away the Sharpie.
What?
You scared away the Sharpie.
Yeah. I suppose before I take the grinder to these, we should probably test it.
Probably. You want gloves?
Well, they're not too bad with a plasma cutter. Well, that should have all kinds of room on this side. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Maybe we unbolt this part and then put it in.
There we go.
Yeah, clearance on this side.
Yeah, I can see it. There's plenty of clearance all the way around.
Okay.
I think that will work.
So some grinder work and
Yeah.
install? Well, you
Yeah.
gotta get it out first.
I mean, realistically, the back one, because it's thinner, we could have done less on both of them.
Yeah.
But should be plenty of clearance. I don't know why this one's so much closer to the frame than that one. Maybe it's because it's 62 to 67 headers and a 59 truck with a 74 square body front end. Who knows? All right, spend a few minutes with the grinder, get these bolted back in. Let's figure out some exhaust pipes. Okay?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, body mounts are all back in. Got plenty of clearance around everything, I think. Remember this, this engine is more solid mounted than it was in the other truck, so I don't think these are gonna move too much. I think we'll be all right. So now it's just a matter of exhaust pipes. These are the pipes that were on the 74 C10. Although they are a bit long. I want to end up with, I think, the muffler right here, if it'll fit, which it should, and then just kind of kick them down to 45 if I can.
Okay.
Stop coughing.
Sorry, I'm trying to breathe.
Stop coughing. So essentially we're gonna have to cut these apart completely because they're gonna be too long. It's just the way it is. These are all stainless steel pipes, which I use stainless wire and trimix and MIG weld them before. I do have a TIG welder. I'm not very good at it. I don't have the patience or the time to mess with it right now, so it's gonna get MIG welded. To be fair, these were cracked and I had to weld them back together anyway. They had some cracks around the mufflers. These are just cheap Summit brand mufflers, so I'm not too concerned with it. It'll get us on the road, which is what I want. So if we decide to do a nicer exhaust later, then we can. I mean, to be fair, this thing's pretty well cobbled together already. So I think we're gonna start with cutting off the front pipe off the mufflers. See if we can get those attached. I have a funny feeling we're gonna end up cutting the collector off anyway and having to change the angle because those are angled down a bit. So let me cut these, get this stuff kind of bolted together, then we'll go from there. There we go. Stubborn.
I think you still have to cut it like you said anyways, because
Yeah, because that's flat.
we're going down.
Yeah.
You may not have to cut it off. You could just like slice it and then knock the top in.
Maybe. I'd have to cut all but a little piece of it anyway.
True.
So, I mean, realistically, we want it in that area. All right, well.
I mean, is that engine angled that way?
Well, yeah, but not that much.
Maybe because they're for 67 to 72.
Maybe. All right, I'm going to tighten this and try to cut this straight. And then we'll try to cut, well, straight as in straight this way?
Follow the cut or the weld?
No.
Oh, okay.
Follow like straight up and down.
Okay.
And then this one will cut straight And then if we got to fill a little gap, we'll fill a little gap because that's what we do. So if we go something like that. This blade doesn't seem to be doing anything. Hang on. Oh.
Got it.
All right, now we go whack that one straight because that's straight-ish.
Straight adjacent.
Yeah, straight adjacent.
All right.
All right, let's try that.
Go try and cut a straight line. We're losing everything.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna use a grinder, clean these up a little bit. Give us a good welding surface. Then we'll go from there. I think we're gonna end up something like that. It's following the frame rail pretty good. It seems fairly level. I'm not sure what's gonna happen on this side since this one's sticking out so much. I have a feeling this one's gonna kind of have a goofy angle. I'm not sure what to do about that. Kind of is what it is since these don't really line up the same. But we're actually a little low in the back. I did learn that the muffler was just butt welded to it because this pipe doesn't actually fit inside of it. So I'm gonna bring the muffler over, figure out where it needs to be, and we'll mark this pipe so we can cut it and then kind of weld everything at the same time, hopefully. That makes any kind of sense. Now we're gonna have to cut this tip off, of course, and change it around. Unless...
How is the passenger side?
That won't be pointing up. I think we're gonna end up right in there, hopefully. We'll go farther forward just a little bit more. Something like that, just behind the cab. And then we'll turn this so it kicks out that direction. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
You're so much help. All right.
I'm sorry.
So if we'll weld that right there.
Let me become an exhaust expert.
Well, there's exhaust shops that are going to watch this and learn a thing or two. All right.
Whatever you say, honey.
All right.
Or an exhaust shop could take pity on us.
Yeah. Cut this, get it back up here, tack weld it in place, then we'll get the muffler up here. We'll cut the tailpipe off the muffler, tack it in place, figure out the exhaust kit. Okay, I think this is what we want. Does it look straight?
It's going that way a little bit.
It is or needs to?
It looks like it is. That looks straight.
Alright, couple good tacks on here. Okay. Should be able to. done. Get over here. I feel like it's twisted. It is. It's also a bit closer to the frame than I really want it to be. I feel like it's leaning this way.
It's definitely lower in the front than it is in the back.
Lower in the front?
Yeah,
Well,
watch.
I was talking about that way.
Oh, it might be. I
see
was
what you're saying
checking
now.
the weld line.
Yeah. It's leaning out though, right?
It looks about level from here.
Really?
Yeah, come look back here.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
It might have been because it was leaning, it felt like it was going out.
All right, here goes nothing.
It twisted it on the front some. Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, that looks like it's got the same gap all the way down.
You think?
It's a little closer in the front than it is in the back right now.
It's a little what?
It was closer to the frame in the front than it is in the back right this second. Okay.
Ow. Like it?
Yeah, I think that's good. I have to figure out how to put a hanger in. But
Ugly welds. Wouldn't help that there's a little bit of a gap. I actually hate welding exhaust.
it could be worse.
It always ends up bubble gum when I do it. All right, that's some very crappy stitches all the way around. That's all tacked on 3 sides. That's tacked in several places. I think I'm gonna pull it off so I can see it better. Weld it all up, then we'll figure out a hanger. Ooh, we can go right to this body mount too. I like that. All right, let me unbolt this, weld it all up, and then see about a hanger. All right, got all this welded up. Turned out pretty good. My welding skills are not the greatest, and I'm not good at thin metal like exhaust, but I think it'll be okay. Currently, I'm trying to figure out this hanger. This is a kind of the hanger that was on the other C10. It's a little more solid mount, which I think is why these mufflers cracked, if I'm being honest, because they just had stock style motor mounts and that engine moved more. This one is more of a solid mount, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think these will work fine. I think the best place, honestly, is right here to the mount. I don't know if you can see very well. Right here to the body mount. But it's got like this rib. I don't know if you can see that very well. So I'm kind of leaning towards angling it in and putting it basically like this area on the back side. But I think I'm gonna wait until we get the other side ran, because it's gonna be a little bit different. Like I said, that that header sticks out farther on that side of the frame rail. So I think we're gonna just start knocking this side out, and then we'll figure out exhaust hangers after the fact. Make sense?
Yeah.
Ish.
I mean, about as much sense as we're making.
Yeah. I looked at the auto parts store. They literally had one of each kind of exhaust hanger. They didn't have a set of anything.
Don't look at me like that.
Quiet on set.
Who got me sick?
I don't know. Probably your boyfriend. Anyway, okay. We're going to start knocking out this other exhaust pipe, and then we'll figure out hangers. And I'd really like to get this carburetor on here and fire it up.
Well, hurry up.
All right. Get to work, she said. Okay, got the exhaust all done. This side went pretty smooth. If you come up here, ended up running this at a little bit of an angle since this header stuck out a little farther, so that the mufflers ended up in the same spot. I think it'll work out fine. And then if you look up here, throw that on the ground. We just did the hanger nice and simple. And these are nice and solid. They ain't going nowheres. So, I'm not real sure about these turn downs. I don't know. Kind of points at the tire, which I guess we'll blow tire smoke around, if nothing else. Could possibly do like a side exit and come out the side of the bed. Maybe we'll think about doing something like that later. I don't know. But for now, headers are in. Exhaust is ran. It's a little shade tree, but everything we do here is. We're just using mostly used parts because that's what I have, and why not? So, unfortunately, it's actually getting really late. It's well past supper time, and I'm tired. We got a late start, as per usual. So, carb tomorrow. I think I'm going to take it to work with me, and if I have free time, I'm going to clean it. And next time you see us, we'll be sticking it on this thing and see if we can get this thing to fire up. See you guys tomorrow. All right, it is the next day. did get a chance to clean this carburetor up. This is a FST, I believe it's a 650. Mechanical secondaries double pumper. This is basically brand new. We put it on our 74 C10. I took the Holly Sniper off because I was having troubles with it. Put this on and wrecked it like 2 days later. It had maybe 100 miles on it. So this is basically a brand new carburetor. I did pull it all apart, blew out the metering blocks and stuff like that, just to make sure everything was clean, because it has been sitting around a bit. So put this on real quick. We already dumped 5 gallons or so in the tank. And then I am anxious to hear this engine run that I haven't heard run in a very long time. Could have put longer studs in, I guess. Look how long those things are. Must have been all I had at the time.
Yeah, I think we ordered some more after. Got your ranch.
I think we have a junk battery laying around, and we can hook a jump box to. Got to try to get these battery cables off of the exhaust as best we can. Might, probably not long enough to run out under. Might be able to set a battery up here though, have it fall or something. I need a socket for this one. Well, it seems to be looking okay-ish. I'm not going to worry about putting coolant in it or anything. We have the heater hoses open and all that. We don't even have fans hooked up or any of that stuff. I just want to hear it run for just a moment is the plan. Maybe give it a couple little whomps just for the fun of it.
So we need to get that wire out.
Yeah, probably need to maybe zip tie these guys up.
Okay.
Just want to zip tie on this and this real quick.
Okay.
Got a fuel line here to hook up. Tighten all that.
There's some zip ties for you.
And then find a battery. I don't have a fuel log. I need to get one still.
Will those work?
Yeah. I don't think I tightened these either. I didn't.
And I think these will actually go out below the tire if you want to.
Well, we also have to run a wire all the way to the distributor from the battery.
How about I get the battery and you do everything else?
That sounds about right.
I saw a positive cable down there and I could reach it.
Is that not it? Oh, sorry. Sure, the best way to do this. Maybe something like that. That might kind of sort of work.
Okay, now what kind of wire do you need?
Jumper wire.
Okay.
Longer-ish one. We got it? Yeah, I don't think this will fit in the distributor. That will.
Sure, does it fit?
No, not yet. I haven't got that far. Something like that. Probably wrap some paper around that, but I'm not going to.
Oh, I was gonna grab electrical tape for you. Just wrap around the battery. It's fine.
Okay. This doesn't, well, doesn't matter, I guess. I said this doesn't have a shifter, so there's no way to know if it's in gear, but there's no drive shaft, so I guess it really doesn't matter that much.
I thought about that the other day. Figured there was nothing to spin. Start shoving clips wherever you can.
Okay, what we got? All right. We need the bottle of fuel. All right. Should probably make sure there's oil in it. There is plenty. All right, here goes nothing. Hey. Squirter? We did. Time's a little off. Oh, come on. Go the wrong way. It runs again. Where's that screwdriver at? All right, there's already steam coming out of the coolant port, so don't want to run it for very long without water. But hey, It's alive. That is very, very, very motivating. I'm so excited.
Sorry.
Jesus.
I need to breathe.
I'm extremely excited. So exhaust airing out really good. I don't think we're gonna have any problems with steering or any of that stuff. And I think there's plenty of room for a booster. If not, we can do manual brakes. I'm not too concerned about it. And I think we're gonna have enough room for steering shaft without an issue. So big, big, big win. I'm happy. I'm excited. What do you think?
I think the header gimbal worked out.
Yeah, it did work out. It sounds good. It sounds really good. Which I knew what this engine sounded like anyway. But all right, cool. So
Be nice to see her running daily again.
yeah, be nice to be able to jump in it and hit a key and cruise down the road, which we're getting there. It's still a road ahead of us, but we are getting there. So I think that's it for this one. Big win. It runs mostly anyway. Still a lot of work to do. I'm not 100% sure what we're doing next, but big win. So thank you very much for watching. If you've hung out this long, if you've hung out this long, I appreciate it very much. This thing is coming along. It is a long, long way from the field we pulled it out of, or the previous owner, I guess I should say. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell me what you want to see next. Tell me if you're enjoying it. Share a video if you can, or if you would, with your friends, family, strangers, whoever you can. And
show us your projects.
show us your projects. Emails in the description below.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys very much. We will see you guys next time.